The terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001, in New York City, Washington, D.C., and Shanksville, Pennsylvania, need no introduction. Over 3,000 people lost their lives that day. Welcome to another video of World of Top 10. In this video we're gonna talk about the 10 famous people who avoided death on September 11th. Number 1. Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane has made millions laugh as an animator, writer, producer, director, and voice of cartoons such as Family Guy, American Dad, and The Cleveland Show. However, if it had not been for a mix-up in his travel itinerary on September 11, 2001, MacFarlane would never have had the chance to create American Dad or The Cleveland Show. On September 11, 2001, he was scheduled to return to Los Angeles on American Airlines Flight 11, after being a keynote speaker at his alma mater, the Rhode Island School of Design. Fortunately for MacFarlane, his travel agent told him his flight would leave Logan Airport at 8:15 a.m. when it was actually scheduled to depart at 7:45 a.m. MacFarlane arrived at Boston Logan Airport a few minutes after boarding was stopped on his flight, and he was told he would have to wait for the next flight. An hour later, Flight 11 was flown into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, killing everyone on the plane. MacFarlane quickly contacted his parents after the plane hit the WTC to tell them he was not on it and was alive. Number 2. Sarah Ferguson. The Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, was in New York City on September 11, 2001. She was at the NBC studios being interviewed by Matt Lauer when the first plane hit. Lauer later recalled his director told him that a plane had just hit the WTC, and they would be cutting away from the interview with Ferguson. Ferguson's charity, Chances for Children, was located on the 101st floor of One World Trade Center. She was scheduled to be in the building with the charity, but she was running late. None of the charity's employees were trapped in the building, but nearly 700 employees of Cantor Fitzgerald, the financial firm providing free office space to the Duchess charity, were killed in the aftermath of the attack. Number 3. Mark Wahlberg. Actor and former rapper Mark Wahlberg was born and raised near Boston, Massachusetts. He went on to star in such films as The Perfect Storm and Boogie Nights. On September 11, 2001, he and some friends were scheduled to fly on American Airlines Flight 11, from Boston to Los Angeles. At the last minute, they changed their plans and decided to charter a plane to Toronto, Canada, for a film festival. From Toronto, they flew on to Los Angeles. This near brush with death still haunts his dreams. Wahlberg recalled what might have been had he and his buddies been on that flight. We certainly would have tried to do something to fight. I've had probably over 50 dreams about it. Number 4. Jim Pierce. Jim Pierce was the managing director of New York City-based Aon Corporations in September 2001. He also happened to be the cousin of President George H.W. Bush. On September 11, 2001, Pierce was scheduled to attend a business conference on the 105th floor of the South Tower. However, due to the size of the crowd wishing to attend the conference, the location was switched to the Millennium Hotel, across the street from the World Trade Center, and a bigger room. Number 5. Michael Jackson. 8 years before the King of Pop passed away, the world nearly lost him in the 9/11 attacks. Michael Jackson was also one of the stars who could have died in the tragic incident if it wasn't for his mother. He was due to attend a meeting atop the World Trade Center but had overslept as he stayed up late talking to his mother, Catherine, and sister, Rebby, the previous night. Jermaine Jackson revealed the details in his biography, titled You Are Not Alone, Michael, Through a Brother's Eyes. He wrote, "We only discovered this when Mother phoned his hotel to make sure he was okay. She, Rebby Jackson, and a few others had left him there around 3 a.m. Mother, I'm okay, thanks to you. You kept me up talking so late that I overslept and missed my appointment," he told his mother. Number 6. Julie Stouffer. In 2000, Julie Stouffer was a cast member on MTV's reality television series The Real World, New Orleans, the 9th season of the series. She was the first Mormon featured on The Real World. Growing up a strict Mormon, she was not allowed to watch MTV and had to watch the show at a friend's house. She decided to audition for the show in LA, along with 35,000 others. It just so happened that the show's directors were looking for a faithful Mormon to cast, and they selected Stouffer. On the morning of September 11, 2001, Stouffer was booked on American Airlines Flight 11 from Boston to LA. But due to a fight with her boyfriend, Stouffer missed the flight. Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, killing everyone on board. Number 7. Patti Austin. Grammy Award-winning singer Patti Austin was booked on United Flight 93 on September 11, 2001, from Boston to San Francisco. However, she had to change the flight to a day earlier because her mother had a stroke. Therefore, she was moved from performing the second night of the Michael Jackson tribute concert in New York City to the first night. "That's what saved my life," Austin recalls. Number 8. Gwyneth Paltrow. Actress Gwyneth Paltrow did not, herself, narrowly survive being killed in the attacks of September 11, 2001. But a chance meeting between Paltrow and a total stranger, Lara Lundstrom Clark, probably saved Clark. Both had been exercising that morning, Paltrow taking in an early yoga class, Clark rollerblading along the Hudson. While Clark was crossing in the middle of a West Village street in New York, Paltrow was driving in her silver Mercedes SUV. Suddenly, Clark looked over and realized who was in the SUV. Clark and Paltrow each stopped, and the two of them exchanged greetings. This small delay made Clark miss her train to the World Trade Center Building 2, where she worked on the 77th floor. At the time, Clark recalled being excited to tell her co-workers who she had just seen. She caught the next train and stepped off the platform just in time to see the first plane fly into Tower 1. "If I had made that train, I would have been at my desk on the 77th floor of 2 World Trade Center," Clark said. Number 9. Michael Lomonaco. Chef Michael Lomonaco had one of the best jobs in the world, as head chef for Windows on the World at the famous World Trade Center, located on the 106th and 107th floors of the building. On the morning of September 11, 2001, he was heading up to his office at Windows on the World at around 8:15 a.m., when he made a decision. He had an appointment to get his glasses repaired at noon at the Lens Crafters, located in the lobby of World Trade Center Building 1, but decided to stop to see if he could get his glasses repaired earlier. This delay of about 30 minutes probably saved his life. He says, incredulously, "It was really incredibly shocking, a moment I'll never forget. I wasn't watching TV, I was on the street. I was there." Number 10. Larry Silverstein. Larry Silverstein, the wealthy property owner and developer who held the lease on the World Trade Center properties, was due to work that morning of September 11, 2001, in the temporary offices of his company, Silverstein Properties, on the 88th floor of the North Tower. But he had a problem. He had a dermatologist appointment that morning, too. According to Silverstein, his wife laid down the law and told him he could not miss the doctor's appointment. Therefore, Silverstein was not at the World Trade Center when the planes hit. Two of Silverstein's children, his son, Roger, and daughter, Lisa, would regularly attend meetings with important clients at Windows on the World. That morning, they too were running late and were not at Windows when the planes hit. All three Silversteins survived, leading conspiracy theorists to assume that they had advanced knowledge of the attacks and deliberately stayed away from the WTC buildings that day. Silverstein did lose 4 employees in the attack, 2 of them had just been hired. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.